All right. Let's see. Oh, where's my glasses? I'm blind. Let's see what's new here. Ooh. Oh, wait, this looks crazy. 1 second, guys. I'm looking at something here real quick. I'll have to try that later. Please tell me something about South Georgia. I won't be too... Please tell me South Georgia won't be too bad. Here's our latest... Here's our latest. So, we got a little bit of a severe weather chance. Really tonight. Around the DFW. We get it to tomorrow. And we're watching, actually, a slight categorical risk and a marginal categorical risk up here in the PMW. This does include a 2% tornado risk. And a 15% hatch risk. A 10% hatch risk for hail. 15%. Sorry, I can't read. Hatch risk for hail, meaning you could get baseball-sized hail up here. Which is pretty interesting. I'll get to Georgia in a second. Let me zoom in here so you guys can see this. Anyone who's up here, I don't know if anyone is. This region right here, you can get baseball-sized hail in there. Tomorrow. Afternoon into the evening. What's going on, Feds? Yep. You could also have... You have the possibility for an EF2 Plus here for a SIG tour. So, there's going to be some chasers up here, I think. Trying to catch one. Not the most dangerous looking severe weather I've ever seen, but it's in a weird spot. Could get a decent spin up. The radar looks decent. Especially as you're around 3 to 4 p.m. Things start to fire up. This is our day 7 risk, Monday into Tuesday. Southern Maryland, all the way, Virginia, down to North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and a little bit northern Florida over into Alabama as well. This is our updated day 6. Our day 6 from yesterday got deleted. So it's looking like Saturday is going to be an okay day for most people. But I still think this is maybe going to get expanded south. This, to me, looks like it is... This Sunday, I don't know. It looks like it's downtrending to me. What's going on, MK? Brooke, what's up? Charles, what's going on? I appreciate whoever followed me. Yali, what's up? Feds, I appreciate you. Southern Ohio, yep. I mean, you would expect it to. I believe Southern Ohio is in that slight. We'll see this upgraded potentially to an enhanced. I don't know. I don't even know if we're gonna go moderate, but you are in that slight right here. So Southern Ohio could see something Sunday afternoon to Sunday evening. Let's take a look at the latest Euro. this is going to be a lot of moisture down there near San Antonio, Austin, and potentially Houston, DFW. We'll have to see. It's going to miss one of you. Again, I don't know if you guys remember we were talking about in the stream for the Saturday event, and I was just like, you know, we had a slight over here, and I was like, there's nothing going on over here. And they did take it off. Burgess Junction. Where's that? I'll have to look it up. This does look okay. Let's take a look really quickly at our most unstable cape around this time. Dew points. It's pretty good cape all up and down this region. You can see when this starts when the trough ejection happens. Ready? Right there. That's when you get that strong divergence, lift. Right here. I mean, you're getting 22 joules per kilogram of cape all the way up in southwestern Ohio, southern Ohio in general. Decent SRH and surface shear. Almost a 2.0 effective layer sig torr param. So could see some tornadoes up there if that happens. And let's take a look at the dew points. So I want to take a look at a couple things. And the jet. What's new on here? There's dew points. Mid-60s up in Ohio and Indiana. Those are actually pretty good. Sunday could be decent. That's looking pretty good. Better than it did before. Let's look at our 500 millibar trough. Interesting. Indiana. Into Ohio. Some good velocities there. Let's go down to our surface, LLJ. Again, this region right through here. Concerning. I'd say right now this looks like it could be the most significant part of the storm right up here. But we'll see. There's more cape down here, but there's more. You have more shear helicity up here. Your dew points are high enough. Kentucky, southern Ohio, southern Indiana, western Tennessee, eastern Arkansas, southeastern Missouri. I'd say northern Mississippi, northern Alabama. Those areas look like they could see a pretty decent hit. So if you were to take a look at this, I'm actually looking at like this region in specific in this box. This might be where they put the enhanced, something like this. You could even get a moderate in here if this continues, but we'll see. Actually, I think the moderate would be higher up. We'll see. That's a Sunday thing. Yeah, timing of this. Let's take a look at what the latest timing looks like. All right. Here's about 1 a.m.-ish Sunday. Here's the event right here. So this would be here's when you can really see the explosion of storms here. There it is. So this would really be, and this looks very QLCS to me. Not a lot of discrete cells, but Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. By the time we get into midnight on Sunday, we could still have a little severe weather down here to the south, but I'd say most of the biggest, I would say starting at around 3 p.m. on Sunday. Starting at around 12. It looks like a 12 to 12 event on Sunday afternoon into midnight, but we could see some severe weather all the way until 3, 4 in the morning on Monday morning. Really? Feds, did he call that area out as well? Let me look up, I'm sure he's been talking about this. Let's see what he's got going on. I need to follow him on, do I not follow him on Twitter? Hold up. Is his name something else on Twitter? Oh, there he is. I don't know why this thing is. There we go. Let me check something out real quick. Let me check something out real quick, guys. Oh, you're right. Wow. Dude, Reed, I see you. I called that pretty well. I called that pretty well where I said the moderate might go right here. That's Reed. That's where Reed Timmer thinks it could go. Let's see if we can get his focus. Damn, I called that well. Come on. See that? Southwestern Kentucky, Western Tennessee, portions of Southern Indiana, Southeastern Missouri. All right, there we go, guys. Told you I know what I'm talking about. No, the main reason for that, and this is definitely what he's looking at, is a big part of getting your strong spin ups is going to be your LLJ, and here it is right there. This out of all the dew points, Sigtor, which we don't have yet in the short range, you Cape, your reflectivity, out of everything I'm looking at, this patch of red here is the most concerning. This is our 850 millibar level, and this is going to be potentially 75 mile per hour winds down near the surface. Surface shear, that's what initiates. Surface shear and helicity is what initiates these columns of air spinning at the surface. They're the first thing that needs to happen for rotation to start. And the LLJ is located right in here. And that's why Reed is circling this area too. I don't care that the highest dew points are here or that the strongest cape is out here or down here. None of that matters. This LLJ right there. And then if we take a look at our 500 millibar as well, you can see it's a little bit north, but there's enough here with the 500 millibar. But again, this is a change in velocity with verticality because your LLJ is strong. So, yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Let me answer questions in chat. What about the 29th, the 30th? Oh, yeah. Louisville, Kentucky. Right now it looks like the worst is going to be down to your south and west, but that could change quickly. You guys are going to see some okay tornado parameters around Louisville, Kentucky on Sunday. We'll see how this moderate box shifts around. Fade, what's going on? Do you think this could be a big tornado outbreak? I don't think it's going to be a big tornado outbreak. I think we could get some sick Taurus stuff. I think we could get a few EF2 plus pretty big tornadoes with it. I think it's going to be, honestly, I'm still leaning that it's going to be kind of a flop. But after seeing some of this, I'm back and forth. This isn't going to be our 100 confirmed tornadoes like we saw 2 weeks ago. It's not going to be that. But any severe weather for New Jersey soon? We could get some out to the coast with this. We'll probably be put in a marginal at least. We may be put up into a slight in New Jersey, but at least a marginal. Probably Sunday night into Monday, or Monday. Oh crap! I forgot to do something. 1 second, guys. Oh, Phil's gonna kill me. I forgot to do something. 1 second, guys. Oh, crap. Why did I forget to do this? 1 second, guys. 1 second. I know Kentucky is looking... Yeah, Kentucky definitely is. Kentucky's Kentucky and Western Tennessee, Southern Indiana, Southeastern Missouri, Northeastern Arkansas is kind of the center for this type of event. This is again what we're looking at as the biggest concern as of now. Let me see if I can fix something really quick, guys. Give me 1 second. Properties, browse. Okay. Loop. Okay, let me see if I fix this. Hold up, guys. Thanks, Bucky. Yeah, I got a haircut. Austin E, I appreciate the follow, and anyone else who did. Guys, look, I'm adding merch. Can you see it on YouTube? You guys can't see it on. You guys can't see it on TikTok. Phil, who helps me with the run my social medias. Don't worry, I respond to you guys on social media. He sent me this. He goes, "Put it up. We're making merch." This is the first time I'm seeing it. If you're over on YouTube and you see it, 1 second. Literally the first time I'm seeing it. Okay. All right. Sorry, you guys can't see it on TikTok. Can you talk about the storm coming into Washington State tomorrow? Yeah, let's quickly. Okay, I'm gonna start answering your guys' questions here. Let's go. Let's go. We can go to our HRRR for tomorrow. We can. You know what I want to do? Here's what I want to do. Let's switch over to Radar Omega. Well, here's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Let's switch over to Radar Omega so you guys can see this a little bit better. Thanks, Charles. Well, we're still probably going to tweak a couple things and then add some color, like different colors and stuff like that. But yeah, figured why not. Throw in some shades with it too or something for the summer. For the summertime. All right, guys, here we go. Let's go to our HRRR. Let's take a quick look at what's going on up here tomorrow. This is important. This is important. Okay. Here's our day 2. Now we can go to Tornado. Okay, let's go to our day 2. Here it is. What are we on? HRRR 00Z. Here's what's going on tomorrow. Oh, what am I on? Surface Space Cape. Yeah, I'm good on that. Thank you. There we go. Can it give me the other reflectivity on here? Oh, it can give me my SIG-TOR parameter. All right, watch this, guys. All right. Now, this is on Eastern time, I believe. So subtract. Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what the timing is going to be. So, this is tomorrow. Here comes our SIG-TORs. Boom. There it is. Longview. Portland. Portland. Really quickly. Let's take a look at this. Let's go to our tornado. Or not. Let's go to... Oh, there we go. Day 2 tornado. Portland. Let's pull up Weather Bell and look at our SIG-TOR params on there. Soundings. Sorry, I'm doing the most right now, guys. I'm doing the most. Let's go to Portland real quick. I'm going to show you everything up and down the coast real quick. Washington. Oh, oops. Did I say Washington? Oregon. Portland International Airport. That'll have to do. All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right, you guys don't have anything crazy Sigtor-wise. Oh, yeah, well, you kind of do. You get up to a 1.0 almost. Yeah, so this timing for you would be around 12 o'clock in the afternoon. 1,500 surface, 1,500 joules per kilogram surface cape. SRH and shear are low. Doesn't look too crazy. Doesn't look too concerning. Let's look at the HRRR on here and our severe weather really quickly, and then we'll move. I'll start answering other questions. Here we go. Here's what we're looking at for tomorrow. Okay, so we're talking. This is when things start to get serious. This band out front. And this is going to be at around, this looks like to be at around 3-ish p.m. Okay, because this is a 01Z, so 1 a.m., and then you're going to have to subtract 8 hours. What up? So 3-4 in the afternoon. What up, Nate? And this band right here could produce a Sigtor. You can see kind of the signal in there. So this entire region here. Tomorrow afternoon into the early evening hours, this is going to be our hail producer and our potential Sigtor producer out here. You could get baseball size hail or bigger. Right in there. And then that's going to move out pretty quickly. And then what's behind it, this, you don't really have much instability back here. This is just going to be whatever. You can see your low pressure here. See that spin, guys? It's like a little hurricane. All right, let's push out. Let's push out here. Yeah, Portland area again. As you get into the afternoon hours, things are going to start to fire up. They're telling you late night. Ashley. So this is on. So this is 03Z. So this would be around 9 a.m. Sorry. So this would be around 9 p.m., 8 p.m. 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Guys, it's annoying. It's annoying with the timing. But this bad weather is going to start moving in before that. I mean, again, we can go. I can look at this if you want like exact timing. I can look at this on Radar Omega. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll look at this on Radar Omega. Doesn't look like it's going to be late night. I can tell you that. So Eastern time. So this has it happening at 9 p.m. Eastern. Well, initiating. For Portland, actually initiating earlier. 6 p.m. Eastern. Where thunderstorms could start to fire up. So, what time is that, Western? 3 p.m.? And this is the latest HRRR. And then it could get the worst at around 4 to 5 p.m. for Portland. And then 6, 7 as we move up the coast towards Seattle. p.m. for you guys tomorrow. So, I don't know who's saying late night. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I did say that, didn't I? Oh, shoot. Shut up, guys. Yeah, sorry. I was just looking at Radar Omega to confirm that. It doesn't look like that worse if it's going to be late night. Oregon baseball hail. Could be some big hail. Push it real good. Thanks, MK. Okay, yeah, Ashley, you got to let me know tomorrow. I'll be back on stream tomorrow and let me know. Let me know the timing of this stuff. Doesn't seem right. They're saying super late night. Feds, appreciate you. Lindsay, what's going on? NTX. Laddie, Claire, Marla. Nalix? Anders, Devin, appreciate you guys. Thank you to anyone who's followed or subbed as well. What's your thoughts on what Central Ohio will be on Sunday? Marginal risk. Central Ohio could get enhanced. We'll see how this goes. You're already in a slight. You could go enhanced. I think enhanced is going to be the highest you'd go. This one's pivotal weather here. Oregon's going to there's been people talking about chasing up in Oregon. So there'll probably be some. You'll be able to find them online. Go on Twitter, Oregon Chaser. You'll be able to find them. I think there's some on Radar Omega that might be up there. Evan Claire and Cheeks, I appreciate you guys. How's Thursday night looking for Central Illinois? Yeah, you got a little severe weather moving over there, huh? You got a little something moving over there. What's going on there? Let me see if we see any sort of let me see something here, guys. They do have you in a little marginal, don't they? Maybe that goes slight. For Illinois, Indiana. This could go slight. Let's take a look at the severe weather on here. Let's take a look at our SIG tour going into Thursday night. A little bit of SIG tour pushing into there. Let's look at the NAM. Yeah. I mean, you could end up getting a slight through here. Thursday night. The problem with it's discrete cells that concern me. They've got a lot of inflow, you know. This kind of broken up structure is good for supercells that want to form. I don't think you're going to get a supercell out of this, but you could get some funnel clouds out of this. Will this hit Pittsburgh Sunday or no? We could see some. We're probably going to see at least a marginal in Pittsburgh. We could even see a slight move all the way out towards Pittsburgh, honestly, with this latest look on the Euro. Who knows? This could be a pretty strong QLCS. So, you know, you could get a slight there in Pittsburgh from that. That would be Sunday evening. What's your thoughts on loss of balloon data above Nebraska because of Doge cuts? Yeah, I keep hearing about that, but I just haven't seen it, so I don't want to make a judgment call on it yet. The only reason is because there's a few things that chat before has been like, oh, this is cut and this is cut. And then I looked it up and it wasn't cut. And so I don't want to be like making inferences about what's being cut and what's not going to be there until I can have some time to look it up myself. I've heard that a few times, though, so you might be correct. I mean, there's been a big issue with the meteorological community, not just this year, but starting last year, because we had over 1,000 meteorologists laid off in 2024. So, and now this is just making the situation worse. You know, I'm sure there's cuts you can make that aren't damaging to the science, that aren't like weather instruments and weather balloons, and data, you know, analytics. And I'd hope that's where they're cutting. But if they're cutting resources like weather balloons, which is like what we need to get our good radars and to help people, that would be unfortunate. Word for Illinois on Sunday. Well, Illinois could end up in a slight on Thursday night, so I'd watch out for that first. And then, especially Southern Illinois on Sunday, you could end up in an enhanced. Maybe a moderate. It's very far Southern Illinois, maybe a moderate. We'll see. Not yet, Charles. Not yet. We're gonna I'm gonna order some and make sure it's actually like quality and not crappy, and then and once we like figure out what we like and stuff like that, then we'll add like a link. You know what I mean? I feel like I should just do a giveaway every weekend too, just for free to the subs. And my Discord's all, like about to be ready to go. I was in there fixing some stuff today. I just don't want to like open it up and then have it be a mess. Jeez, and Alex, I appreciate you. Will there be low elevation snow in the Rockies? Got family driving into town Saturday night. It doesn't look like it. You've got a lot of heat out here. Yeah. You're still kind of in a ridge out there. I mean, look at this from the CPC moving forward. Big zonal heat flow basically for much of the country. So, here's our temperatures moving into Saturday out there in Colorado. It's pretty warm at the surface. Pretty warm. Not even going to be cold rain. Middle Tennessee, we were talking about this, and a big concern for Sunday evening, Sunday in general, is central to Western Tennessee especially. Middle Tennessee, we'll see. We'll see how this storm shifts over time. You guys need to be watching Sunday carefully. Did you see 80 already on the temps? Well, look what's happening down in Arizona. 96 degrees. There feels like it's going to be in the hundreds. Jeez, 90s in and around Dallas. Oh my gosh. 74 in Ohio. You guys are heating up. That's normal. When is it at 90 in Arizona for real? Oh, Pam, what's going on? I should have messaged you. This is going to be a quick stream, though. My streams, as we get into the weekend, or my streams will be a little bit longer once we get to Thursday or Friday, and then through the weekend because of all the severe weather we have going on. I'll have a lot more to talk about. Things are going to get real spicy out here. And then I'll probably be covering this a little bit as well. I think we're going to go slight on that day 3. What is going on, Pam? I appreciate you. And I think your area is looking pretty good. You're staying away from a lot of this severe weather. Maybe some thunderstorms, but we'll have to see how this initiates. Not much severe weather forecast, though, for Nebraska. Not much. A little bit of a marginal maybe on Thursday. We'll have to see about that. Potential Thursday evening for a little bit of severe weather. That timing, what would that timing in Omaha be? Really around 5-6 p.m. on Sunday. Nick, I appreciate you. Flamingo Group. Thank you, Pam. Pam, you're the best. I appreciate you. What about northeastern Illinois? Again, I think this is going to be interesting. I think northeastern, like up near Chicago, is going to be fine. This is probably going to be a severe. You might get a slight through here. Maybe even. I think Omaha is going to stay a marginal, but you guys should be good. Day 3 really says there will be severe weather somewhere. We just don't know where. I know, right? Our day 3's all over the place. going on, Sarah? Is Casey expecting anything crazy this weekend? A lot of this stuff's going to develop out to your east. This will be interesting what happens here, how we get this risk expanded. You guys are right on the border of this slight. You'll definitely probably be in a marginal. You might be fully in a slight Saturday afternoon or into Saturday evening. So we'll watch that. I'd say this would be about Saturday evening. Casey would want. Casey's probably gonna. You might get pushed up into that slight risk for severe weather. Little QLCS squall line moving through. Is there any way you could look to see what EF could possibly be produced for Central Ohio? You guys are gonna have the chance. You guys are gonna have your SigTor params high enough to get an EF2 or above. I'd say the way things are shaping up right now, I'd say your like height right now is an EF3 would be possible, but the chances of that are really low. But I'm just saying, like, what's your ceiling? I'd say probably EF3 is probably your ceiling. I'd say I'd expect you guys I'd expect you guys only EF0s and EF1s. Who knows though? Southwestern Ohio could see an EF2. You'll have the setup for it, but you know it's a little bit of luck or the opposite of luck, unluckiness if that happens. Nice, David. Update on North Texas. Update on North Texas right now. Storms happening now. Let me go over to my. Let me go over to Radar Omega real quick. Oh, there is some. Okay, let me pull this up real quick. I'll pull this up for you guys. Oh, golf ball size hail. Let's pull this up real quick. We do have some severe thunderstorm warnings. Just to the northeast of Dallas. Nice little hail core in here. $0.50 size hail, 60-mile-per-hour gusts. Ping pong size hail, 60-mile-per-hour gusts. And golf ball size hail. Considerable damage. Okay. Wow. Talk about sheer. What is going on here? You have these storms moving north and this storm moving south. You guys see this? And this is moving this way. What a mess. Why is this moving south and this moving north? That's sheer. What is our... Hold up. 1 second, guys. This is our marginal tonight. Actually. It's a good point. You got potential rotation in this one and in this one. Wow. Especially up near Leonard, Texas. You could have that's a pretty strong funnel cloud up near Leonard. Look at this hail too. Up near Leonard and Wolf City. Guys, we have a little bit of rotation here with these systems. You can see that shear. So, just really quickly, just so people know, what we're talking about here is if you're anywhere near Collin, Texas, Grayson, Texas, Fannin, Texas, Rockwall, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Hunt, Texas. We do have some thunderstorms firing up around you, and there's some funnel cloud looking objects in there. A tornado touching down isn't impossible. It doesn't look like it'd be something super intense, but these are pretty strong storms right now, and there's some good velocities happening here. Where's this flash flood warning at? No. Newfoundland. San Antonio, Texas, rain. Let's go back to our MMRS right now. There's not much going on down there. You can see these are just firing up right in here, and they're probably going to continue to fire up through the night. I'll watch that for a tornado warning for the rest of the time I'm on. They don't even have you in a tornado risk zone, even though it seems possible. They just have you in a categorical risk for hail and wind. Interesting. Yeah, no problem. How about Washington area tomorrow? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Let me get back here. Well, I'll show you one here. Here's our timing for that. Let's go to our HRRR. All right, so this is going to be in Eastern time. So subtract 3 hours. Here we go. So it's around 9 p.m. Eastern. So these storms start to fire up. This is Radar Omega. These storms start to fire up right around 5 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5, 6, 7. So that right now, that's the time frame. This is the HRRR, so this is a good short range model. But again, this isn't going to be the only band. You could have another decent band moving in. You could have strong bands. Can see this throughout the night. Now, although this could have the highest chance for hail and tornadoes right here, this, as you're sleeping, I mean, this is like 2 a.m., this is going to be strong winds and heavy downpours. So this is going to be a flash flood issue and some strong coastal winds. Am I focusing on one state? We just talked about Texas. We just talked about Ohio, and then we talked about Texas, and now we're talking about Washington and Oregon. So my answer would be no. All right, let me get back here. I am not. Let me change this back to pivotal weather real quick so I can answer some questions. Oops. Sorry, 1 second, guys. What is this other one? Let's cancel that out. There we go. All right. Snow totals for the weekend. But yeah, we can take a look at that. What do we think? Let's take a look at the Euro. Quickly. Kuchera snow totals for the weekend. Could get a good little strip of snow through. We'll see. We'll see if this is actually in the Twin Cities or just north. But could get. Right now, this is thinking anywhere from 3 to 9 inches into the Twin Cities. So I would say it's probably going to be closer to a 2 to 5 day. But we'll see. They could overperform there. And then this is all going to be, mostly high elevation snow up here. Some low elevation because you're going to have a cold core low, so it's going to be bringing its own cold air down. But this low elevation out here in Colorado is unlikely. A little bit up there in Vermont. These ski resorts have been doing great all year, and up there in Maine as well. Am I going to be pouring concrete in southeast Iowa tomorrow? Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with that. Buffalo's calling for snow this weekend. Interesting. I don't see any. Let's go to the NAM. I don't know. Is the GFS seeing this differently? Yeah, I don't see any models that see snow for Buffalo this weekend. The GFS sees some Monday morning. Monday into Tuesday. God, the GFS has been doing some crazy things. What is this? What is the GFS doing, guys? Do you see this? What is the GFS doing? Someone come get the GFS. It's drunk. Oh, wait, I have to see this. Where does the GFS want snow? Thinks we're gonna get all this in April, apparently. I don't think that's gonna happen. Don't get your hopes up if you want snow. Yeah, I don't understand either, Pam. Samesies. It did. It did. That would be major blocking out here. That thing just went bounce and spun around. That would be crazy. Yeah, you should make a show that says, don't trust your weather apps. No, I'll just have in quotes. I'll have in quotes on the back. My weather app said. My weather app says. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I was talking about Oregon and Washington earlier. Quick recap, just hopped in. Here's what's going on. We've got a little bit of severe weather. Let me recheck on this. We've got a few severe thunderstorm warnings down and around Dallas, Texas. No tornadoes on the ground right now, which is good. Going into day 2, we have a 2% tornado risk right up here where you see this yellow. This is a slight categorical risk also for hail. It's a 15% hatch risk, meaning baseball-sized hail is possible tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening up here, and EF2 plus tornadoes are possible, but not likely, but possible. And then as we get into, this would be our Thursday into Friday. I think this might go slight. We might have a slight risk for severe weather through here, including maybe a 2% chance for tornadoes. 2%. And then here's where things get spicy this weekend. Here's where things get spicy, where we could get an enhanced all the way up to a moderate, potentially through this region here. So, but we'll see how things change. But that region's looking sketchy, and I think we could get it if we do get an enhanced, and if this thing doesn't downtrend anymore. We might get an enhanced a little bit farther out like this, with the moderate in here. So we'll see. And then the day 7, this would be into Monday. We'll have to watch how this thing expands for severe weather as well. But it's a lot coming. There's a lot coming our way in the beginning of April. And not to get ahead of myself, but this looks like nothing compared to this. I mean, the first week of April looks like we could have 5 significant severe weather outbreaks. I don't think we're going to get 5. But if we end up getting 4 or even 3, that would be a very active week. PNW, things are going to start firing up down in Oregon around 3 p.m. It looks like right now, based on the HRRR. And then they're going to start firing up, moving up the coast north, all the way up towards the Seattle area. And that's where you have the chance for baseball-sized hail and some tornadoes. That's this region up here. Let's go. Yeah, this region up here. Where that yellow is. This is a 15% hatch risk for hail, so this could be your big baseball-sized hail. And then this is your tornado risk, basically in the same area, and that's because that's where the strongest cape is. Tornado near Seattle is not impossible, which is kind of crazy. I live just south of Seattle. I ain't seen that anywhere. Yeah, it could be bigger than baseball size. I mean, they're projecting 3.5-inch hail's possible, but we'll see if you actually get it that big. Julie, what's going on? Yeah, Julie, are they really expecting snow this weekend? It's interesting. Owensboro, Kentucky, you guys are right in the smack target for the potential worst severe weather on Saturday evening. So let's just leave it there, and we'll see how things. There's plenty of time for that target area to adjust, but I'd expect Reed Timmer to be in Western Kentucky. Let's just say that. Hope you're having a good night. There's plenty of time for things to downtrend, uptrend. I see this maybe downtrending a little bit on Sunday. This event right here, but we'll have to see. I appreciate the follow. Not Reed Timmer. St. Louis going to be bad on Sunday. You guys right now are in the slight. You guys might see an enhanced. Yeah, I'd say you have to watch out Sunday. A little bit earlier than out east. Could start earlier on Sunday afternoon. Park City, Utah, snow. What time is it? Not much happening here. A little bit of, you got kind of a low pressure moving in as we get into Saturday morning. We'll have to see. That looks like it wants to drop a lot of snow into Colorado, but I think you'll get a little bit in Park City here. Friday night, Saturday morning. This looks like to be a more significant event for you guys, though. Next week, Monday into Tuesday. So, and then maybe more snow. You guys could have 3 different snowstorms over the next week, so. This one would be big, too. April 6th. There's a good train of storms. Funneling in through here. You've got and this is what's setting up. Remember I said the first 8 to 9 days of April look like we could have 4 or 5 severe weather events. And there's just a train of low pressure systems pushing through here, bringing some cold air and some instability to the central region and out east. So most of these storms aren't actually starting. A lot of times they start up here, but a lot of them are just coming in straight through the Rockies. Let's zoom out a little bit. So you can see this. That one's kind of so here we go. There's one event. There's 2 event off the Rockies. There's 3 event off the Rockies. There's fourth event off the Rockies. Yeah, I mean this is just here's our zonal. Here's our pattern. You see how these low pressures are lined up here? 1, 2, 3. So this could be a good setup for the central to southern Rockies to see some good snow over the next week and a half. My weather app says ask Connor or follow Connor. Then a link. I love that. Is there a chance for significant tornadoes this weekend? There is. There is. Right now, just to summarize where it is, the easiest way to tell you, because there's going to be tons of changes, would simply just be looking at the day 6. So there may be a chance for SIGTOR on Thursday, though. This Thursday upcoming through this region. We'll have to watch that. More like this region. But right now, that looks not too significant. The most serious area here is here. If we're going to get some strong tornadoes, it's probably going to be in here based on the latest data we have. Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening. Yeah, Nashville. There is. Yep. PNW. Yep. We talked about it. I'll show you again since you weren't in here. Here's your 2% tornado risk. There is a possibility for a SIGTOR up here, but it's just a very low possibility. And then down here, you've got a 50% hatch risk for hail. That means baseball size hail or higher is possible. So strong winds. Here's your wind outlook. Marginal risk for wind. We could go slight tomorrow. So that's starting tomorrow early afternoon through and then it's going to be last all the way through the night into tomorrow morning or into Thursday morning because there's a big low pressure system moving on inland. Although your tornado chances and biggest hail chances are going to be more afternoon, evening hours of tomorrow. Chattanooga EF3 on Easter 2020. I'm so hyped. I'm so aware when it's near me. Hyper aware. Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, yeah. That'll mess you up. I was in one tornado. It was like an EF1 though. It was in a hurricane that went over my house when I was in South Florida. It was scary as hell. What's Florida looking like the 29th and 30th? It's a good question. We'll see. 30th, it's looking very rainy. 29th, you might be okay. 29th, you might be clear. 30th, it's looking thunderstormy. You guys might be under a... you guys actually are probably going to be under a marginal or slight risk for severe weather. Why was Joplin so bad? Well, it was an EF5 that was like a mile wide. Tornado was like a mile wide. And the big issue with it was it spawned. It was an EF1. And no one was freaking out. And it became an EF5 like that. It strengthened into an EF5 quicker than pretty much any tornado we've ever seen, and people were unprepared. No one thought it was going to be what it was. You know, it's crazy. The Twisters movie, kind of, you know, that scene in the beginning of the movie where they're like, oh yeah, it's just a little EF1, EFC or EF1. And then they're driving down the road and they're like, why is this sucking our car back? And they're like, and he's like, guys, this is an EF5. And they're like, how did it strengthen that quick? That's what people were like with that Joplin tornado. The meteorologists covering it were like, wait, whoa. We think they were like, this isn't an EF1. This is a mile wide EF5 wedge tornado in a span of like 20 minutes. It's terrible. This is pivotal weather right here. It's Tennessee. Well, spring. Listen, Dixie Alley, especially in the La Nina season, Dixie Alley is going to be. This is your kind of Dixie Alley area. This is where we're going to see more severe weather, I think, this year, or most people think, than out here in your Tornado Alley. And we've got extra warm waters, 1.5 degrees Celsius above average down here in the Gulf. And then we've also, well, I literally lost my train of thought. During a La Nina, you typically see you could see 2 to 3 times more severe weather than in an El Nino. So we've seen this shifting out east, and we've got these warm waters this year. So Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, Kentucky, and then, you know, this whole region looks to have an extremely active. This whole region right here, it looks to have an extremely active severe weather spring over the next couple months. This is going to be the target area for a lot of storms. Yeah, this region right in here. Yeah, you guys have already gotten a lot. Any more snow in central VA? Well, the GFS thinks so, but I think the GFS is crazy. We're getting tornado warning with 60-mile-per-hour winds and hail tomorrow. Vancouver? Really? Oh, yeah. You guys are, you got, really? You think so? Let me see. You know, let me go to Radar Omega real quick so I can show you something for Vancouver. This isn't gonna push up in. This is the severe weather zone. You know, zones only in the States, but we can take a look at the HRRR and see. Oops, let me go back to the 00Z. I mean, you could get a tornado out of this. I do think I mean, if you're going to get anything EF0, EF1, this is just, there's going to be no inflow for this stuff up here. So strong winds, heavy rain, strong thunderstorms. But what's happening out here with this initial push of moisture right here is you're going to have really good inflow out ahead of this and really strong updrafts. Some good shear initially as well. So that's what's sparking the tornado chances down here. As this moves up the coast into Vancouver, this is going to be more like a QLCS. So EF1, EF0 more likely if you get a tornado. You could get some very strong winds though. You could get some 60, 70 plus mile per hour gusts. And then this is you're going to get a few of these bands. See this? Band after band after band throughout the night and into Thursday morning. I need to go to bed, guys. I mean, yeah, Alabama, we're watching for Sunday night. We'll see Northwestern Alabama. This would be Sunday night and then into Monday. This could, I think we'll see a slight stretch into Alabama. Monday morning. Those could be some significant thunderstorms there, so. I'll post another update on all this stuff tomorrow, guys, and I'll get back on stream. Like I said, I'll do a little bit longer streams once we get into the weekend because we'll have our short range models and we'll have a really good idea of what's going on here once we get our HRRR on Friday. Friday. I appreciate you guys being in here. Anyone who followed, anyone who gifted. Pam, good night. You're the best. All the regulars, you know who you are. Everyone who's always in YouTube first. I appreciate all of you. April's going to be fun, but a little bit scary, I think. Listen, I don't make the weather. I just report it. So don't blame me for severe weather. I'm just reporting it. Hopefully fun and no one gets hurt. Everyone, have a great night. I will post tomorrow, and I'll be back on here. My goal is to be back on here at 8:30 or 9 tomorrow. I'm going to get on here earlier tomorrow so I can stay on a little bit longer. Northeastern Illinois for Thursday looks to be okay. It looks to be more central to southern Illinois that I'm worried about, but we have to see how that changes. All right, everyone, have a great night. I'll be back on tomorrow.